Hey everyone, and welcome back to PetWise Hub. It's great to see you here. You probably already know this, but one of the most incredible things about sharing our lives with a pet bird is their vibrant, cheerful personality. They fill our homes with so much joy and music. But what happens when the music stops? What happens when our little feathered friend seems off? That sudden quiet can be one of the scariest moments for any bird owner. But don't worry, we got you covered in this one, because today we're going to talk about something incredibly important, and that's of course common emergencies for bird pets. We'll cover the basics of what to look for, some simple first aid to help stabilize your buddy, and the most crucial part, when to call your avian vet right away. This is the kind of crucial safety information that can make all the difference. Before that though, if you have experience with bird pets, please share your best care advice in the comments section. Your insights could be a huge help to other new bird owners watching this video. So, for starters, we need to understand a bird's secret superpower. And unfortunately, it's a superpower that can work against them. Birds are masters of disguise. In the wild, showing any sign of weakness makes you an easy target for predators. So, our pet birds have this ancient instinct to hide their illnesses until they are physically unable to hide them anymore. So, this means we have to become, well, kind of like Sherlock Holmes, looking for the tiniest, most subtle clues. But hey, forget a magnifying glass. You just need your loving, observant eyes. One big clue to watch for is a change in their droppings. I know it's not exactly glamorous, but honestly, it's like a daily health report. Any major change in color, consistency, or volume that lasts for more than a day is definitely a reason to be alert. Another subtle sign is their posture. Is your normally perky parrot suddenly fluffed up all day long, looking like a little feathered balloon? While it can just mean they're cold or sleepy, if it's constant, it's often a sign they're not feeling well. And if you spot them huddling at the bottom of the cage, that's a major red flag. It's key to watch their appetite. A bird who suddenly refuses their favorite treat, that's like us turning down pizza night. Something's definitely off. The same goes for their water intake too. These are the quiet whispers that our birds give us, and learning to listen to them is one of the most rewarding parts of being a bird parent. It builds a bond of trust that is just so incredibly special. Okay, those are the subtle hints, but now let's talk about the flashing red lights, the blaring sirens, the drop everything and call the vet moments. These are the undeniable bird emergencies. If you ever see your bird having trouble breathing, like breathing with an open mouth, or a tail that bobs up and down with every breath, that is an immediate emergency, since their respiratory systems are incredibly sensitive. Any bleeding that you can't stop within a minute or two is another major red alert. A common accident is a broken blood feather. These are new feathers that have a blood supply, and if they break, they can bleed a surprising amount. So watch out for those. Visible injuries like a broken wing or leg, serious burns from a kitchen accident, or being attacked by another pet are, of course, critical emergencies. Time is absolutely essential in these situations, and sometimes the emergency is less obvious. Things like seizures, being unable to perch, or for female birds, signs of being egg-bound, where she's straining but unable to pass an egg, all require immediate professional help. In any of these situations, the number one rule is to stay calm. Your bird can sense your panic, and it will only add to their stress. Your calm, steady presence is the first step in helping them. So, let's picture this. You've identified an emergency. Your heart is racing, but you're staying calm. What can you actually do while you're on the phone with the vet or getting ready to go? This is where a little first aid knowledge comes in, but I cannot stress this enough. Bird first aid is about stabilizing your pet for the trip to the vet, not treating them at home. The most important thing you can provide is a hospital cage. This doesn't have to be anything fancy. A small carrier, or even a cardboard box with air holes will do. The goal is to create a small, warm, and quiet space. Place a soft towel on the bottom, and make sure food and water are super easy to access so they don't have to use precious energy. A low wattage heating pad set on low and placed under half of the carrier can provide gentle warmth. For minor bleeding from a toenail clipped too short or a tiny scrape, you can use a little cornstarch or styptic powder to help it clot. But for anything more serious, apply gentle pressure with a clean cloth and head to the vet. Don't try to become a bird surgeon and pull out a broken blood feather yourself unless your vet specifically walks you through it over the phone. You could actually cause a lot more damage. If you suspect a broken bone, your job is simply to limit movement. That hospital cage is perfect. Don't try to create a tiny splint or wrap the wing. You could easily make the injury worse. Just keep them contained and secure. Knowing these simple steps can empower you to act confidently in a scary moment, and that feeling of being prepared is priceless. Before we move on to the final and maybe most important part, if you're finding this information helpful for keeping your feathered family member safe, do us a little favor and give that like button a gentle peck. It really helps our PetWise Hub flock grow and reach more pet lovers like you. So, we've talked about what to do after an emergency happens, but what about preventing them in the first place? Honestly, so much of bird safety is about being aware of the hidden dangers in our own homes. The kitchen, for example, can be a pretty scary place for a bird. Fumes from non-stick cookware, especially when they're overheated, can actually be fatal to birds. It's called Teflon toxicity, and it's a really silent and swift danger. The same goes for any aerosol product, hairspray, air fresheners, cleaning sprays, because their delicate lungs just can't handle it. Always be aware of open doors, windows, and ceiling fans. These are common sources of tragic accidents that are honestly so easily preventable. And if you have other pets, like cats or dogs, never leave them unsupervised with your bird, no matter how friendly they seem. Even a playful bat from a cat can be a deadly injury to a small bird. Taking a few minutes to bird-proof your home is a true act of love. And honestly, seeing your companion fly safely and play freely in a space you created for them, well, it's just the best feeling in the world. Let's bring it all together with the golden rule of bird care. It's so simple. When in doubt, call the vet. Your Avian vet would much rather you call about something that turns out to be nothing than for you to wait too long on something that turns out to be serious. You are your bird's advocate. You know them better than anyone. If your gut tells you something is wrong, listen to it. Don't worry about seeming overprotective. Being an attentive, and yes, sometimes overprotective owner is what makes you a great one. You are their hero, their guardian, and their best friend. So, a final recap. Be observant and watch for those subtle changes. Know the red alert signs that mean go to the vet now. Have a simple first aid plan focused on creating a warm, safe hospital cage, and always put your vet's number on speed dial. There you have it. Did you already know any of these tips? What's the one piece of bird safety advice you'd give to a new owner? Share your wisdom in the comments below. Let's help each other keep our feathered friends thriving. Thanks so much for joining us today on PetWise Hub. If you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any more tips on giving your pets their absolute best life. Until next time, give your flock a little extra love from me, and I'll see you on the next video.